Man, what's up, YouTube? It's your boy Tyrone Hunter back in the building with another episode of What's Really Good Entertainment. If you've been rocking with me, I appreciate you. If you just tuning in for the first time, hit the like button on the way in the door and kick your feet up and stick around for a while. Because we be having real interesting conversations over here. You know my motto, you see the title, I'm not going to hold you. Today we're going to be talking about what happens following you getting arrested for a crime. This is going to be an interesting conversation. I don't think anybody ever spoke about this process before. You probably see it in videos, but in terms of speaking about it, I don't think this ever been done before. And the reason why I'm speaking about it, the reason why I'm bringing up this conversation is because a lot of youth and a lot of people out there don't know what to expect once they get arrested for committing a crime. So that's what we're going to talk about. Like, comment, share, and subscribe if you appreciate the content. Well, anyway, let's get into it. So, okay. Something happened to kick off. Police is called. And you find yourself in the back of a police car. Now, before they put you in a police car, you know, it's probably going to be a conversation. They probably going to say investigation. You know, they're going to be searching you. You know, they're going to put the handcuffs on you. They're going to throw you in the back of the car. Now, that's when it get real. When you in the back of that police car, and they probably read you your rights before you got into the back of the police car. So if you don't know, I'm going to be the first to tell you. Once you get arrested and the police read you your rights, especially if they read you your rights before you go to the precinct, one of the things going to tell you, you have a right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you in a court of law. Period. A lot of y'all don't know what that means. What that means is that any and everything that you say, they're going to use against you in the court. It's going to be considered a verbal statement. Now, the reason why that's important is because, first and foremost, once they put those cuffs on you and they read you your rights, you're going to the precinct, whether you realize it or not. So if you try to say, oh, it wasn't me, it was him, it was them, you know, listen, it was my dog, I didn't mean it, I'm sorry, I wasn't thinking correctly. None of that matters. You are wasting your time. Once they put handcuffs on you and they read you your rights, they are not going to take the cuffs off if you give them a convincing story. So for y'all out there who, once they put the handcuffs on, you be saying, yo, it was him, it was them, and, yo, you know, listen, I'll tell you what, you're bugging. You wasting your time. You are going to jail. Nothing when they read you your rights, you notice it don't say nothing in there about, if you give us a good story, we're going to take off these handcuffs. So why y'all be thinking that this is the time for you to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, thinking that you about to get out of jail? And that's because y'all don't know no better. Nobody told y'all. Nobody explained to y'all. When you have a right, when they put those handcuffs on you and they read you your rights, the best thing to do is to shut your mouth. Because anything that you tell them, they can use against you. And nothing that you say is going to get you out of those handcuffs. So the best thing to do shut your mouth, sit back, get comfortable, and enjoy the ride. Because you're about to go through the system to get processed, and you're about to get booked. Now, I know and I understand reality start to sink in real quick. Once they put those handcuffs on you and they got you in the back of that police car, you start thinking about all kind of stuff. Man, I didn't feed my dog. Yo, I supposed to take my kids to the amusement park. Man, I supposed to pick up my sister from work. Man, I got to go to work tomorrow. Man, Ray from down the block, he owed me some money. I was supposed to go pick up some money tomorrow. I started a new job. I didn't take a shower today. My feet stink. I got mismatched socks. I don't feel comfortable. Like, I know all of these different things be going through your head. But the fact remains is no matter what, you about to go to jail. And when they read you your rights, the best thing to do is to keep your mouth quiet, because anything that you say, they gon' use that against you. And I'm not saying this to you because we're having a conversation in terms of, snitching and all of that. It's not about that. It's nothing you say is going to get you out of handcuffs. So if you have the right to shut up until you talk to a lawyer, why you don't just exercise your right to shut up until you talk to a lawyer? Let them do their investigation, because in them doing their investigation, they may not have a lot of information. But you running your mouth, that's what may give them the information that they need to succeed. When you decide that you're going to go to the streets, and when you decide that you're going to play in the streets, one thing that you got to understand is you're no longer the good guy. And you're considered the bad guy. And the police are considered the good guys. Because the police is the ones that take the criminal off the street. So I know we've been taught it's the other way around, is that we're the good guy and the police the bad guy. Whatever way you want to look at it, whatever way make you feel good, I get it. I understand. I don't knock you. So if you want to look at it like you're the good guy and they the bad guy, you're the bad guy and they the good guy, the simplest way to put it is y'all not on the same team. Y'all are not friends. Once you choose the streets, once you choose that lifestyle, the police are not your friends. Y'all on opposite teams. That's like the Lakers playing the New York Knicks. If you shoot a ball in the basket, it do not put a score in their basket. It only put a score in your basket. So that's the first thing that you need to understand. The police are not your friends once you out there committing crime. So once they put them handcuffs on you and you start talking, thinking that they're going to help you out, that's not what they're there to do. They're there to process you, to book you for committing a crime. And then their job from there is to take you down to the nearest county jail for processing. So they could formally give you your charges. You could go through the system, and then maybe or maybe not somebody down there is going to talk to you and try to get a little bit more information before they house you. But yeah, I understand it's real. It get real. It be real. You sitting there. They got them handcuffs on you in the back of the squad car. You don't want to be there. You about to the drugs that you usually have, like, you're not gonna get that. It's not gonna be no drink. It's not gonna be chilling and hanging with the homies. You about to go through processing. And then once you get to that nearest county jail, everybody's system is different. Every county jail is set up differently. So the one thing that I can tell you is once you go through there, they're gonna fingerprint you. They're gonna ask you your name and your date of birth so that they can make sure they got that information correct in the computer system. You know, they may get a nurse to see you or ask you, about your drug use and, whether you injured and stuff like that. You might be interviewed, by a nurse or a medical professional if you need medical attention. And then they're going to put you in a holding cell, filled with other people that got locked up that evening and that's waiting to get processed, And after they process you, you get a phone call. So that's what you want. That's what you need to succeed. You want to get your phone call. You know what I'm saying? So you could call somebody and let them know that you done got locked up, and start thinking about what you got to do when you're in a police car, because you're going to jail. Is your crime, or are you going to get a bail? Right? If you're going to get a bail, who's going to come and bail you out? Do you got money home, or do you got to rely on somebody, who has some funds to come and get you out of jail? Those are the things that you should be thinking about. You shouldn't be thinking about going to the county jail, yelling at them, screaming at them, arguing at them, trying to tell them it wasn't you, and, like you want to fight them and do all that. You don't want to go through all that. If you got a chance to get out, you want to get out. Now, some crimes, you just probably not going to get no bail. You're going to have to, POP, hold it down. You're going to have to go through the motions, right? So if you find yourself in that predicament where you just got locked up for a crime and you don't got nobody to call, or you don't know who to call, ain't no bail money out there, because you don't got no money, and you don't know nobody that got no bail money, or you don't know nobody that you cool enough with, or who love you enough that's going to come there and post your bail. That right there should tell you that you are not equipped to be running the streets. Not that you built for it, because anybody could throw a punch, anybody could swing a knife, anybody could pull a trigger. It don't take a genius to do that. But if you get locked up and you ain't even been to jail 24 hours yet, and you ain't got no money in the street, or you ain't got nobody that's willing to put no money up to come and bail you out, that means you wasting your time in the streets. Because at least if you was working in McDonald's, then you would probably, have a paycheck coming. But if you haven't been even locked up for 24 hours and you don't got no bail money, you don't got nothing that you of your own that you could contribute to bail to get yourself out of jail, or ain't nobody, that got any bail money waiting for you, that should let you know that you wasting your time in the streets, you playing games, and things is never going to work out for you. That's for one. For two, if you find yourself getting locked up and you got some crazy charge like murder, attempted murder, weapons possession, shooting at somebody, robbery, and stuff like that, and you don't got at least $15,000, $20,000 for bail money, because that's what it's going to take to fight one of those cases. If you don't got that lawyer money, $15,000, $20,000 for a lawyer to represent you, to get you a lower amount of time, you wasting your time in the streets, right? So I'm going to break it down to you. I'm going to give you 3 basic steps, right? Number 1, when you get locked up, shut up. Because nothing that you say is going to work out to your benefit. They're not going to take the cuffs off to you. So you might as well shut up and let your lawyer do what he got to do, right? That's for 1. For 2, if you don't got no money put aside to bail yourself out, or you don't know nobody that's going to put up no bail money to get you out, you wasting your time in the streets. 3, if you get locked up for a serious crime and you don't got no money to pay no lawyer, you wasting your time in the street. So those are 3 things right there, right? If you strike out on that, that means you out of the game. If you're going to be in the streets, You got to make it worth your while. I don't encourage none of y'all to be in the streets, but if you're going to be in the streets and if you're going to be running the streets, then you have to understand that there is a chance that you're going to get locked up and you're going to get arrested. So there's a couple of things that you need to know. You need to know to shut your mouth, that you and the police is not on the same side. You need to know that you should have you some bail money so that you could get back out and, you know, fight your case from the free world. And you need to try to have you some lawyer money. If you ain't got those things or whatever hustle you got going on doesn't generate enough money for you to be able to do those things, then you might as well go and get a job at Taco Bell. You might as well go online and see if Amazon is hiring, because the streets is not for you. So I understand it's a lot of you young dudes out there that feel like you got the biggest gun, you got the gun with the switch, you real, you ready to shoot and you ready to kill anybody, you ready to fight, you ready to stab, you ready to poke somebody. All of that's good. Because when you make it to the big house and you're around them dudes that be lifting all of them weights and they got 20, 30 years, 100 years to do in jail, they like to fight in there. They like to stab. So you're going to have your time to do all of that. But if you run in the streets, those are the things that you need to understand. And those are the things that should let you know whether or not you ready to be in the streets. Because if you can't hold water, you don't need to be in the streets. If you can't cover your bail, you don't need to be in the streets. If you don't got no money for lawyer, you don't need to be in the streets. So, you ain't got to thank me now. You can thank me later. But yeah, man, share this information to keep your people aware, because some of them need to know. Because I be watching TV shows and, you know, First 48, and I be watching stuff like that where as soon as they put handcuffs on, they be like, yo, Ray, the one that ran, his name Ray, his last name Johnson, he lived right there, man. He got guns in his house. His brother's a drug dealer. You know, his mother shot somebody yesterday. Even if you give up all of that information, they still not going to take the handcuffs on you. So you wasting your time. But that also just goes to show that you're not built for nothing in the streets. If you going to run your mouth and you going to talk and you going to try to give up everybody because you got caught. All of that, if you know those things about that person, one of the questions they going to ask you, if you such a good person, how do you know so much about people that have drugs, people that have weapons, people that hurt, and people that injure people? That means that for you to know, you had to be right there to experience it. And they might put that charge on you too, if they want to. So, man, do your favor, shut up. And if you're going to be in the streets, man, it got to be about some money. It can't be about just gang. It can't be about because you think you're tough. It got to be about some money. Because if it ain't about no money, when you get locked up, you're going to be in for a wild ride. You know? So, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'm going to start giving more information to the youth, man, because somebody got to teach y'all something. So why can't it be your Uncle Tyrone in the zone? But yeah, man, I'm going to catch y'all in the next one. I'm out of here. I got to go warm up my food. I'm hungry. I'm out of here. Go.